Hey friends, welcome to Monday Motivation. I am so excited for this upcoming week. This week's encouragement is all about overcoming feelings of inadequacy. I don't know if you've ever felt in your life like you just don't have what it takes to do what God is calling you to do. Maybe you feel drawn into something, and yet in your mind and in your heart, you're saying, I am not good enough. Or I am a failure in my past. There's no way that I can succeed at this. Or I am not eloquent. I am not adequate. We say these things to ourselves and they hold us back, and we believe that we are not sufficient to do the thing that God is calling us to do. So what do we do in those moments? For me, I have wrestled this in many ways, even within Pure Encouragement Ministry, as God has led this ministry to grow way beyond anything that I've really done in ministry. I don't have experience to lean on. I have Jesus and Jesus alone. And as I get drawn into these new spaces, I feel these feelings of inadequacy. And so what do? How do we face up to these challenges? I am moved and encouraged this week by the story of Moses. In Exodus chapter 4, where Moses gets called into the unknown to do the impossible. And here is what we read. When Moses gets called, we see this in Exodus chapter 4, starting in verse 10. Here is Moses' response. He says this, "But Moses said to the Lord, 'O my Lord, I am not eloquent, either in the past or since you have spoken to your servant, but I am slow of speech and of tongue.' Then the Lord said to him, 'Who has made man's mouth? Who makes him mute or deaf or seen or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall speak.'" I love this realness of this story because Moses gets called and his first response is to say, "I am not eloquent. I am slow of speech and of tongue. There is no way, God, that I am your guy to do this." And so Moses' eyes are on what he is capable of, and his response is fear and I am not good enough. And yet God speaks right into that, and he says, "Moses, get your eyes off of yourself and on to me." Because what he says is, who is the one who made man's mouth mute or seen or deaf or blind? Is it not I, the Lord? And so in Moses getting his eyes off of himself and onto the Lord, God then says, "Therefore go, and I will be with your mouth and teach you what you shall speak." God leads Moses to go with his eyes not on himself, but on the Lord. It wasn't a change in skill or knowledge that Moses receives in this moment. What Moses received from God was a change in perspective, to get his eyes off of himself and onto the living God. And so I'm learning personally to stand on this statement. It doesn't matter whether I feel adequate or I think I have what it takes. What matters is the living God with me? And if he is, then I am more than a conqueror through Christ in this moment. And so are you, friends. No matter what you are being called into, it doesn't matter whether you feel adequate or you think you have what it takes. What matters is the living God with you. And so if we get our eyes off of ourselves and onto the living God, we are more than conquerors through him who loves us. So this week, let's attack the week, not with our eyes on ourselves, but with our eyes on the living God and what he is capable of. And I cannot wait to see what God does as we live this out, friends. Let's overcome feelings of inadequacy by getting our eyes onto the living God. Let's win the week, friends. Here we go.